California constantly suffers from droughts, or, as defined by the National Weather Service, a deficiency in precipitation over an extended period of time. The current one would likely be considered to be perfectly normal if it weren't so severe. However, the situation today is so critical that farmers, scientists, and even average Americans are worried. Aside from physically affecting California's landscape, this drought also impacts the lives of many. Americans are worrying about their food. Californian farmers are concerned about their farms. Environmentalists are afraid that lower water levels will cause a loss of wetlands, posing a threat to the habitats of endangered species and possibly leading to their extinction. Scientists from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, NASA, are perturbed as well, fretting over how long the drought will last, with some saying that it will be another 1 or 2 years before ending, while others are disagreeing, suggesting that the drought will drag on for many more years.
The drought began in 2012, about 4 years ago. Since then, California has lost a significant amount of water, especially water from places such as lakes, rivers, streams, and wetlands. The Public Policy Institute of California states that about 6.6 million acre-feet of surface water was exhausted by the extreme dry weather in 2014, which causes a noticeable increase in the use of groundwater as California farmers are resorting to using the groundwater supply more frequently. In fact, the percentage has grown almost 25%, according to Todd Frankel, a writer for the Washington Post. He says, before the drought, groundwater provided 40% of California's fresh water. Now it's around 65%. However, this does not go without consequence. By depleting those natural sources of water, rainwater will now not only have to fill up reservoirs and lakes, but also aquifers. Because of this, emergency conservations have reduced the amount of water California citizens use by 26.3% as of June 2015, according to California state officials.
Megadroughts are an additional issue that may be affecting humanity in the near future, according to an article by Daryl Fears, a writer for the Washington Post. Megadroughts are, as defined in the article, sustained periods of sparse precipitation and significant loss of soil moisture that span generations, about 10 times as long as a normal 3-year drought. Basically, what this means is that people all over the world could soon be suffering from extreme droughts that would make the current California drought look like a trivial matter.
This possibility of 30-year droughts can be blamed on climate change. On the other hand, however, because we humanity as a whole are responsible for climate change, we are also therefore part of the reasons these droughts threaten us in the first place. Americans were not and still are not prepared for the California drought. If we do nothing to prevent climate change, then it is almost certain that we will not be ready for a mega drought.
Yet, despite what it may feel like sometimes, this is not an impossible situation, so long as we try. The measures we take to help our Earth do not have to be drastic. Something as small as recycling or using energy-efficient lights can help.
It may not seem to make a difference, and you probably won't see much of one the next day, but even the smallest of changes can add up to reshape our world. So think twice before tossing that plastic bottle into the trash can and recycle it instead.